Are you a faithful child of God? Did you know that there are certain demands placed upon us if we are in fact faithful children of God? Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. We read the other day in Matthew chapter 7, verse number 21, "Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven." There are certain requirements and expectations that are placed upon us. There are demands placed upon the idea of faithfulness. If you look back in 1 John chapter 1, beginning at verse number 6, notice what he says. Well, actually, let's back up to verse 5. "This is the message which we have heard from him and declare to you that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all." God is absolutely perfect. Now, based upon that perfection, there are certain expectations that God has of us. No, we will never measure up to his glory. That's Romans 3, verse number 23. But nevertheless, we have certain expectations placed upon us. Verse number 6. "If we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not practice the truth." The idea of walking is the determination of our life. If you know that you're sinning, and I'm not talking about momentary, I'm not even talking about weakness of the flesh, I'm talking about that person that says, I know this is sin, and Monday I'm going to do this, and I plan on doing it the next day and the next day and the next day because this is going to be the pattern of my life. You're lying if you claim that you have fellowship with God. God only has fellowship with those who have taken care of the sin problem, and part of the way that we take care of the sin problem is by endeavoring to live faithful. That's verse number 7. "But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his Son, cleanses us from all sin," or literally keeps on cleansing. Now, what's interesting about that is I used to think that walking in the light meant we don't sin. But that can't be, because did you notice that if we're doing that, the blood of Jesus cleanses us from all sin? Well, what sin is that? Well, the sin before we became a child of God and we were baptized for the forgiveness of sins? No. That sin's forgotten. Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 12, God says, "Your sins and your lawless deeds I'll remember no more." It's the sin that occurs while we're walking in the light. While we're endeavoring to make Jesus the master of our life and we fall short and we blunder and we stumble, that blood just keeps on cleansing. But we have to be committed to following him. That's the demand of faithfulness. Join us again tomorrow for your Daily 180.